Future Aggie attorneys are now into their first few weeks of classes after Texas A&M purchased Texas Wesleyan University's School of Law last month. That's part of a decades-long desire to have a law school under their umbrella. News 3's Clay Falls traveled to Fort Worth and shows us the new traditions just starting at the newly minted Texas A&M University School of Law.
Signs of maroon and white are showing up all over these city blocks, right in the heart of Cowtown, downtown Fort Worth. The new Texas A&M School of Law.
It's been surprisingly smooth, I would say, considering how big change it actually is. I'm still working on perfecting my howdy.
Joachim Soderbaum of Sweden is in his final year of law school, but his undergraduate and first 2 years of law were with Texas Wesleyan University.
It's interesting to see how I've reacted on suddenly being at a different university without any action on my own.
In August, Texas A&M purchased the Texas Wesleyan School of Law for $73 million. That money will be paid out over the next 5 years.
Interim Law School Dean Eric Short says the newly branded school has 700 students this fall, with 250 entering Aggie Law students.
I think partnering with a Tier 1 research institution allows us to have access to resources for faculty scholarship and for recruiting that we just haven't had before.
Law school professor Huynh Pham says it's been an action-packed transition since the announcement was made 13 months ago.
I think it will really benefit our students, our faculty in our law school, that very strong Aggie spirit.
David Pratt and Kyle Fonville are graduates of Texas Wesleyan University's law school, with Fonville finishing in May. Their former law school is gone.
What are we going to be able to put on our resume? So there's a lot of questions left unanswered, but I'm sure that A&M will work that out.
It'll give the law school a national presence that it hasn't necessarily had before.
Now these future Aggie attorneys are learning not only the law, but some new traditions they hadn't expected.
The howdy when you walk into the room, it's not second nature yet.
In Fort Worth, Clay Falls, News 3.
Sure, it'll become second nature. The Texas A&M School of Law costs around $31,000 a year to attend. And while Clay was visiting, there were several top A&M officials, including Vice President for Student Affairs General Joe Weber, that were on hand for a question and answer session with students about the changes to their law school. And officials there tell us they plan to keep the campus in Fort Worth. Still ahead on News 3 at 5, we'll introduce you to the next generation of high-definition television entertainment. And next, need some lunch ideas for the kiddos? We've got some ways you can spice up your child's lunch.